There are lots of different ways that you can fall into debt with Argos, whether it's the Argos credit card or a credit plan. Let's talk about the Argos card first. If you've had one before, you'll know that it's like a credit card, but you can only use it in Argos, Sainsbury's and Habitat. It works the same way as a credit card does, so if you pay it off monthly and keep your balance at zero, then you shouldn't be charged anything. If you don't, it's quite a steep APR at 34.9%. Credit plans work on a buy now, pay later system. If you buy anything that's over £50, you can pay it over either a 3, 6 or 12-month period in instalments. You shouldn't be charged any interest on this, but you will be charged fees if you don't make the payments on time. If you found yourself in a position where you can't afford to pay, the best thing to do is to speak to Argos so that you can come to an arrangement. If you don't pay your Argos card, you'll be charged a £12 fee on top of the interest. It's best not to ignore the situation and come to an agreement with them. Then you'll find a way to start chipping away at the debt and it should keep the fees down. They have a struggling to pay section on the website and a number to call, which I'll leave in the description for you. If it's too late and they've already passed the debt to Advantis Financial Services debt collectors, and don't panic. The best way to tackle it is by communicating with them. Legally, they can't make you pay back more than you can afford because they're regulated by the FCA. Discuss how much you can afford to pay and be open about your outgoings. Once you've arranged a way to pay them back, they should get off your case. Debt collectors don't have the same rights as bailiffs, so you don't even have to open the door to them if they turn up at your house. Tell them politely that you'd rather communicate by email or phone. If you're in debt and overwhelmed, then don't worry. There are solutions that could help if you're struggling financially. Not all the options will work for you, but there might be one or two that could. Plus, there are pros and cons to all of them, so I'll talk you through these options quickly now. I'll quickly explain them to you. So first up, we've got debt management plans. They're an informal agreement that you make with the creditors to pay back your debts at a lower and more affordable rate. Normally, this means paying less each month, but over a longer time frame. Next is debt relief orders. They freeze your debt payments for a full year, and then if your situation hasn't changed after 12 months, then the debt's written off. You can't own anything with significant value like a house or have more than £2,000 in savings. Another option is offering a final settlement. If you happen to have access to a large lump sum, you can offer that to the creditors. Even if it's not for the full amount that you owe, they may be willing to accept it just to save them time. Equally, though, it may be refused. Individual voluntary arrangements are another way to deal with your debt. It's a formal agreement between you and your creditors to reduce your payments to one simple payment each month. It lasts for 5 years, and then at the end, any remaining debt's written off. Bankruptcy is probably the most famous option, and you may already know, but with bankruptcy, all your assets are reviewed and some may be sold off to pay back your debt. After a year, any remaining debt will be written off. When debt mounts up, it is overwhelming, but it's best just not to ignore it, or it could get worse. One simple step that you could take today is to find out if any of the debt solutions that I mentioned could work for you. In the description of this video, I've linked to a form on my new website, and it's got a few multiple choice questions like how much debt do you owe and how many people do you owe? At the end of the form, it'll connect you to a company that I've partnered with to provide you with all the information that you need about debt solutions that are available. So click the link below, go and check it out, and let me know how you get on.